about right now. Zai, congratulations on the win. Ogre, it's what has to be talked about right now. Where was that? How long have you been sitting on that one for, and how much did Blitz push back on giving you the offlane Ogre?
No, I was just I was watching Team Spirit vlogs from the major the other day, and they kept making fun of Collapse for playing Ogre, and they played a bunch of Ogre, so I was inspired. And it's fun here, and it's very brain dead, so you can't make too many mistakes, I think. So it's a good fit.
Yeah, it worked really well. And then also the Spirit Break, I want to know in both game drafts how the conversation came about for you calling those, like, I mean, obviously with what you feel comfortable in saying, of what did you really see where you're like, yeah, this is why I want to pick him.
Oh, it's just a good matchup against Juggernauts, and it's a decent counterpick to Bounty Hunter as well. And it's also fun and brain dead. So I kind of just played dumb heroes today, and it kind of felt like that was what the mood was for, and it worked out.
Yeah, the whole me Ogre, me Smash heroes, it was great. It was a lot of fun to watch, but I know T has some more questions.
I mean, I said that like you look like you're at your best today, and now I feel I've offended you because you're saying that you're playing dumb heroes, and anyways. My question was going to be, do you feel like that because of the techies, it's enabling you to pick like any of these offlaners? So I feel like anytime I look at your draft, as long as there's techies in that lane, you could be any hero, and I'm like, yeah, you're going to get through the lane and be able to play out whatever your kind of bigger plan is. Yeah,
I mean, for sure. I think techies is probably... I think most people know it's quite strong right now, but I think it's one of the better heroes, and it's just kind of strong at all stages in the game, I think. Especially the laning phase is quite... It's just stupid, and having that hero on a player like Boxy, who's just good techies, my hero pool is kind of freed up to be whatever we need it to be. And today it was dumb strength heroes, so works out.
Nice, and of course, historically against Gaimin, you don't have the best track record. Like they've got 7 wins, you've got 1 win. Of course, you've now got 2 wins, so congratulations. Why today is the day that you were able to like beat them so easily after so many series in the last like 4 months of like, of course, some struggles?
I don't know. I mean, they're very good, and we look up to them, and while we look up to them, we also hate losing to them. So it definitely feels good to beat them. But I think I would say both of our teams right now are maybe not in top shape. So maybe when we're both kind of overweight, we didn't make the weight cut, and like we're kind of out of shape. Maybe we're just like better. So we'll see in upcoming tournaments, but they're always fun to play, and they're an amazing team. So looking forward to more matches against them as well.
Cool, thank you.
I have one question off the back of what T just said. Does it feel good beating them? Like, is there this sort of like relief in you, or you're like, it doesn't really matter because it's not a grand final, like this isn't where it matters to beat them? Or are you still very like happy with the team and everything about today?
No, I mean, of course, against this team specifically, I think we're pretty happy to walk away with a win. But then looking back, I'm not quite sure how many matches you remember from individual DPC seasons, because it all kind of tends to float into each other at some point. So I'm not sure if looking back on the season, Tour 3, our group stage game against Gaimin will be the most memorable win of the season. But as we said, it's a bogey team, and we're always kind of happy to get a win against them.
I don't know, that offlane Ogre is pretty memorable.
True.
For sure it is. It's always fantastic to see those kinds of brain dead heroes, as you say. I'm curious, is there anything else that you find brain dead that you want to play in the offlane that you haven't been able to play yet? Can we look forward to any more?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, there's gonna be more experimentation. I think right now after the major, people kind of started experimenting a bit more. I think people are moving away from Mars a little bit. They were also nerfed to some extent, so I think that the heroes are kind of shifting into another direction. And I think, at least in this tour, I think you're kind of seeing individuality from a bunch of different offlaners. That is playing, his own heroes. I'll probably get around to stealing those at some point once I figure out what's good or not. Ace is playing his normal stuff, and yeah, we're experimenting, and probably more to come. So.
All right. I'm looking forward to that one, whatever that might be. It's always fun to watch that experimentation coming out from you guys. Now, going forward, of course, you guys have managed to play a lot on this patch. We're on the C patch now. Do you feel like it's in a very good point? Do you feel like it's pretty balanced right now? Is there anything that you'd like to see changing moving forward before perhaps the next major or regional qualifiers coming out?
I mean, I think some heroes maybe still need to be nerfed a little bit. Some of the faces that we've been seeing for like a year and a half, like Beastmasters, Dooms, Pangos, yada yada. You know, these heroes that we're all kind of bored of. Medusa as well, obviously. But I think the overall state of the game is pretty nice. I kind of like what the new patch has been bringing to the table, and I think that it's been adjusted a little bit as well. The only thing for me maybe is the flowers, because I literally never pick them up. I always forget about them. So that's a bit of a handicap for me. But apart from that, I think it's fun. That is pretty fun right now, so it's good.
It really is. It really is, and we did see that Lotus pool filled up at one point. You guys did manage to snag it in the end. One last question from me before I'm done here. Is there any opponent left that you guys are looking forward to playing here in the DPC? I mean, I know you guys have kind of chilled out a little bit for this tour, but anyone else that you kind of want to play before we kick into the major?
I mean, I think the Quest roster looks really good. They were already good last season, and they were, I think, very close to making it. And now, obviously, they have ATF as well. So I think they're strong, and it's always fun to see new teams kind of pop up and make a run for it. So looking forward to getting smashed by Quest, I guess.
Pick your dumb heroes, you'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah. I like that premonition, but I do have one question. Outside of the game, I know that you guys aren't boot camping again this tour, and I want to know, like, if you've gotten a little bit more adjusted to that, if you now prefer it, and if you're still doing stuff with the boys who are in the same place as you.
I think once we're at home and we're not at boot camp, I think we leave it at that. I think socializing, like I said at work, you know, we're not against it. It's just like, you know, you spend so much time with these people that once you have some free time, you want to spend it with some other people maybe. So haven't really been up with them so far, but you know, eventually we'll be at boot camp again. I'll be forced to be with them. So, you know, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I get that. I did the exact same with Sheepstick, so don't worry, Zaya. I fully get it. But congratulations again on the win today. I look forward to that game when you do eventually come up against Quest and what happens. But thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.